Hello, my people in YouTube land. Welcome to The Bulk, episode 4. So today, I'm taking a few questions in which I will give you some answers. But first, a quick little update on what's going on with me, because this is what it's about, like my road back to the stage, right? So this past week was my second week in a mini cut. My goal was to have like a 3-week mini cut, because here's why. Since I have last competed in November of last year, I have consistently added more and more and more calories. Okay, so the goal is to gain lean muscle. You have to eat in a caloric surplus in order to gain muscle. So, why did I do a mini cut then? Because once your body fat gets to a certain level, and everybody is going to vary, but once your body fat gets to a certain level, you stop optimally gaining lean or gaining muscle, basically. So if you are past a certain fat level, if your fat levels get too high, I don't believe that you are in the right metabolic state to gain lean. I feel like you just keep gaining more fat. So you have basically a range for body fat percentage. Now, for me, it may not be the same as for you. But I know that once my body fat gets to a certain level, I'm not really in that great like sweet spot. So doing a little mini cut to get the body fat levels back down a little bit. Ideally, I would like to be under 20%. Okay, right now I'm right at 20%. But the high end, I don't want to be any higher than 21. And that was about where I was. So I'm cutting a little bit to try to just bring the body fat levels back down before I start adding more calories again. This is a very long way to go. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. If you are interested in knowing macros that I currently use, my training plan, which by the way, I'm going to be having a new training plan starting this week, so I'm kind of excited about that. Be sure that you like the video. Be sure to subscribe. Ask any questions you have. You can comment below the video. So ask me any questions there. So for this week, for my Q&A, I have 2 questions that I'm going to answer that were posted from Instagram. And the first question was, what do you do when you have 5 extra pounds to lose? Do you do more cardio? Do you focus more on strength training? So here is my answer. What are the 5 pounds that you want to lose? Okay? If you do nothing but cardio to lose weight, yes, you can lose pounds, but chances are you are not going to be losing what you want to lose, which is fat. Okay? So strength training is really going to help you keep that lean muscle, keep that shape and tone, and help get rid of the fat. So strength training should be your number 1 focus, and I would even say add your cardio onto the end of the strength training, like post weights. So lift and then ideally do some type of interval cardio. It doesn't need to be long, but doing just steady state cardio all the time, you're going to end up using muscle more than you want to. Okay, so would you rather be, in phenomenal shape and have 5 more pounds or not? So it's what you want your body to look like. So my answer is keep the strength training as your main focus. Add interval cardio to help burn some fat. Okay, it may not be 5 pounds of fat that you lose, but I guarantee you're going to like the end result better. Okay, question number 2 is what are something that you can do to help with binge eating? Okay, so in my experience over the years of working with lots and lots and lots of people, I have learned that binging usually comes from not getting what you're needing calorie-wise or severe restriction. Okay, so I will give you a story. Way back in the day, probably 9-10 years ago, I was competing and using a coach that had me immediately, like as soon as we started, I said I wanted to like gain muscle, but she immediately cut my calories to, I mean, I want to say it was like 11 or 1200, but there's like no way on earth I was ever going to gain muscle. So my calories were restricted for a really long time, like weeks and weeks and weeks. So what happened is after the show, I was crazy, like binge after binge after binge because of all the things that like I couldn't eat. So my biggest tip to avoid binging would be plan your meals, make sure you're getting plenty of lean protein throughout the day, as well as healthy vegetables and foods that are going to give you the nutrition that you need. But don't go long periods without food. I know that like if I go hours without eating, I'm going to be starving and I'm just going to probably end up eating whatever is around. So make your plans, have lean proteins throughout the day, plenty of water, and don't let yourself go a long time without eating. That will help a lot with that. Please feel free to comment. Again, you can go to my Instagram. It's fit with Holly. And you can ask me questions there. You can ask me questions here. But please like, subscribe, share my videos. I look forward to these every week, and I want to answer any questions that you have. So I hope you all have a great, great Monday.